Hi everyone, my name is Moondust, and welcome back to Disney Dreamlight Valley for another biome tour. Today we're going to be touring my Sunlit Plateau, which is actually the second biome I've actually completed. Hi Wally! And I'm really proud of it. It's actually my current favorite, and I'm super excited to share it with you. If you guys want to skip ahead to different portions, definitely check the description below. I will have timestamps. I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. But yeah, before we get into it, I do want to credit one fellow content creator who resides on TikTok and goes by the username cozy_Kaylee. She did highly inspire this build, and I got a lot of ideas from her and was highly motivated by her. So yeah, feel free to take ideas from this, copy, whatever you want to do. I know multiplayer is supposed to come out next month in December, so if you are struggling to get your Sunlit Plateau looking good and you want to take ideas from this, feel free to do so. Okay, so let's get, I kind of have like an order of how I like to do things. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look at how it currently looks on the map. Okay, you guys, so I personally like to have my harvestables kind of scattered. I know a lot of people like to create like little orchids where they have them all in one place. I actually put mine like in the yards of my villagers' houses, like they have it in their yards in my peaceful meadow, which I do have a video on the channel if you want to see the tour of my peaceful meadow. But then in the Sunlit Plateau, I thought it would be nice to have things kind of naturally growing, so you'll see I have a lot of plants just kind of scattered around. I have my well over here in the far corner, which I think is really helpful because the only way to access the Sunlit Plateau usually is this way or coming down from over here. So I think it's really convenient to have it all the way on the other side of this entrance so that you can just teleport there, and then you can even go up the ramp to the Forgotten Lands if you want. There's nothing really on this side, but I do have Simba and Nala right here. I kind of like them in the middle, so it's like they're rolling over the Pride Lands right in the middle. And then over here, I actually have my Encanto house with Mirabelle. And then this is one of my houses where I'm currently residing. And then we have Wally's house, and we have Scar in the original place where he spawned. Before we do a walking tour, I am going to show you guys a top-down view in build by mode, or at least that's what I like to call it because I'm a Sims 4 player. So we'll kind of start over here by the entrance. Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. I'm trying to go slow in case anybody needs to pause. That was the top-down view. Now let's go ahead and get on with the walking tour. So I do currently have Simba following us just because I thought it was fitting since we're in the Sunlit Plateau. But we're going to start way in the corner over here where I have my well. Personally, I know a lot of players will like really decorate their wells, make them look pretty. I kind of like to hide them. So it's kind of tucked back here in the corner, but it is still functioning. You can run around it, you can still mine over here, and I kind of like it like that. Also, like I said, I think it's a handy location because it's right next to the ramp for the Forgotten Lands. For the story quest, they do have us, spoilers, move the pillars, but I decided to put all the pillars back in the biomes they came from, especially this one, and I decided to make like a little shrine around it. So this is, I believe, the Pillar of Nurturing, and it has like a little shrine with the Nala statues on either side, because I think the statues also have some importance in protecting the valley. I could be wrong. And I just kind of created a path that encircles the lake in the middle, and I really like it. Next to the lake, I put one of these little rocks, and you can actually sit. It's one of the little benches, and I think it's really cute. Another little sitting spot I have is over here, facing the river. You can sit on this hammock. And the most adorable thing I've seen so far is Buzz Lightyear sit on it, and he's just so tiny with his little legs dangling over the edge. It's so cute. If you guys didn't already know this, the flowers that spawn in the biome, you can move to whatever location you want, and then as long as you have enough of the flowers moved, random ones won't spawn anymore. So I made like a pink and orange pattern here by this entrance. I think it's super pretty, and now the flowers don't spawn randomly. They're like planted nicely. I can still access the mining spot right there because a lot of people like to ask that. Over here, we kind of have like a little camping situation. So there's a nice little place to sit and eat. You can get your drinks out of the cooler or cook over here on the stove. And again, a lot of people like to ask, so all of these fishing spots are still accessible. You just might have to play around with where you stand. So like if I want to get to the other one, I might have to run through here and do it like that. But I quite like it. I love the way the trees frame the back of this. And then this came from, I believe, the Toy Story quest, and I thought it kind of looked like a tent you could camp with, even though it's supposed to be like a blanket fort, and I quite like it. Until we can actually possibly get like a camping tent, I think I'm going to keep this here. Then we have Nala and Simba's home on this side, which again, I tried to put them like kind of in the middle of the biome so that like it's like the middle of the Pride Lands and they watch over it. And I also like the view when you're coming over this bridge that like Pride Rock is like right there. And then you can kind of run around if you need to get back here to the rocks. All right, moving on with the tour, going over the bridge. Again, I did the same thing with the flowers here on either side. I just think they look so pretty when you arrange them in patterns, and then I like that they don't spawn in random places. We got another little picnic area over here, which I just think looks so cute. And I really adore how we have like a pattern of bushes that leads up to the entrance to the mines. I'll light these real quick. I wish the lights stayed on during the day. I don't know why, I just think they look so pretty. And then of course, I like to show you can still get to the rocks and everything. Over here, I have Wally's house. I think it looks so gorgeous in the Sunlit Plateau. Like the colors just really match. And from a storyline perspective, I think Wally would really enjoy being in such a lush environment. A lot of people hate his house and find it ugly, but I think it's so cute with like the little string lights, and I think it looks really nice. I even saw other players adding tire marks, so I got that idea from other players as well, and I think it's super cute. We also have his garden right here with a little entrance, and this is all the stuff he plants. You can still get to his little rock mine over here, and then I also have an exit on this side, which I will show you in a minute. We have like this little loop around here, which I think is really cute, which actually leads to one of my player houses, which is I think one of the newest houses they released on the premium shop, which is a mushroom house. I love it so much. It really gives fairy vibes, and I think it's so cute. Also, we have Mirabelle over on that side with the casita, and I really wanted some privacy, so I put up like these vine walls, which I think just kind of look like big hedges, and I quite like that. Alright, moving on with the tour. It's such a small detail, but having the waterfall at the end of this path really gives you something to like look at when you're like just playing the game and running this direction, and I love it so much. In my backyard, I just kind of needed a space filler, so we have this little rock path that leads to what I would like to imagine is kind of a yoga class. I feel like maybe you would do yoga here, or maybe even characters like Moana, Stitch, Lilo, Nani would come here and do like the luau dances and stuff. And yeah, so there's just a bunch of these. Came with the Moana collection. They're just like little, what I would consider yoga mats, but they're really cute. And this is just kind of a decorative space filler area with the little Zen garden. And then here is the other entrance to Wally's garden, which I really like. And then if we go this way, you'll see I planted more of the flowers so that they don't spawn randomly. And then we have the entrance to the plaza over here. So I decided to keep Scar in this little area over here just because I like the idea of how it's like in the movie The Lion King, there's the Pride Lands and then the elephant graveyard. And even though you can put other stuff in this area, you can't like remove some of the bones that are like attached to like the rocks surrounding it, if that makes sense, like the border. So I just thought I would keep it. A lot of these rocks you can place down, like these ones here, but the rest of them, if you're wondering, I put these stone paths leading up to Scar's house over here, and leading over to the Forgotten Lands, and then leading over to this little rock path because I didn't want the bones to spawn where we have to walk, and then I just let the bones spawn. When they spawn out here, I dig them up if they spawn in this area, like the Pride Lands area, but if they spawn in this area, I don't dig them up, I just leave them as decoration, and I think it's so cool. If you're wondering where this item came from, it was from a previous Halloween event, and I quite like it because it reminds me of the part in The Lion King where Scar sings "Be Prepared," and there's all of these like green volcano spouts or whatever you want to call them. Watch that part of the movie. I'll put a picture on the screen. So that's what I tried to emulate here with these soul pools, with these green lights, green little tiki lamps, and this right here, which is actually another, if you didn't know this, usable stove, which I think is so cool. Also, he's not trapped in here, but I don't know why. I guess because of all the stuff. He tends to like always just stand in this area, so that's kind of like an added bonus, but I love it. I put all the like the dead trees. It's supposed to be the elephant graveyard, and yeah. Okay, moving on with our tour. We are almost done. We're gonna come around this way. And this is the one part of the biome that I have not decorated yet. If you guys have any idea suggestions, please let me know. Otherwise, it's probably just a placeholder for a future house. I feel like a house that could really do well here would possibly be something from Tarzan, or maybe even something from the Jungle Book. But yeah, right now it's just like a blank spot. If we come over here, this is Mirabelle's house, the casita, And she has her own little kind of blocked in area with these rainbow tiki lights, which look so beautiful at night. These items are actually from Coco, but I thought they fit really well, so I threw them in here. And then we even have her little table that she wanted us to put out for her quest, and I thought the magic tulips that came with one of the Easter events went fitting there because I thought maybe Isabelle could have made them, or Isabelle could have even made these vine hedges. I don't know. I do believe her name's Isabelle. I apologize if I'm getting the character's name wrong. And then a little extra detail is I put these little blankets over here in the corner, which you really can't see unless you're looking up from the meadow. And that is my little Casita Encanto section. I think it's so cute. And then completing our tour, if we come over here, I have a little outdoor shop. I put like a little farmer's market in my peaceful meadow, and I decided I want to try to do these in all the biomes since we're kind of forced to have multiple Goofy stalls anyway. I thought it kind of makes sense. So over here I have Goofy's stall, and then next to Goofy's stall I have this custom stall, and you'll see there's a boot with flowers in it, and then this is actually a clay vase. So what I have here is if you go on the chest next to the flowers, these are all the flowers that spawn in this biome, along with vanilla, which spawns in this biome. And then over here, I put all the clay that I collect that spawns in this biome that you tend to get from like digging up the bones. There's like a little leaf carpet, which I think is so cute, and I don't know, in my farmers markets, I think it's fun to have like little radios hidden that I imagine belong to the shopkeep owners and stuff. I like the ambience it adds when you go into your little farmers markets, and yeah. That is the full tour, but stay tuned because now we're gonna look at it at nighttime just because I think it looks so beautiful with all the night lights. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, here we are at night with the twinkling lights and the tikis all lit up. You can see the lights around the farmers markets. Mirabelle's house is my favorite because she has the rainbow tiki lights, which I really enjoy. And she also has the rainbow flowers on her table. I really love these little fairy lights around this little loop here. And the lights hanging from the mushroom house. I also think Scar's place looks pretty cool with his glowing green lights in here.
You have yourself a great night.
And I love the way the shrine looks too. Alright you guys, so I do think that is going to complete my Sunlit Plateau tour. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this one and haven't seen it yet and want to, I do also have a Peaceful Meadow tour. And as I decorate my other biomes, I do plan on sharing them as well. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what biome you'd like to see next, or if you'd be interested in seeing how I decorate the inside of any of my homes, or even some of my Dream Snap submissions. Anyways, if you are new to the channel, I am primarily a Sims 4 content creator, and I do have some legacy challenges you can feel free to check out as well. But otherwise, I hope you guys all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone!